Hey, what's going on, guys? So today I'm going to be going over how to play Montana, the board game. So basically this game is a game where you are pioneers in the early 19th century, and you are just discovering this land, and you're going to be building out your settlements. Um, so the starting space is going to be here for your settlements. It's randomly chosen on the board, and also the board is randomized, which is pretty cool too. Anyway, so basically how you expand your settlements is by collecting different resources. So there's grain, pumpkin, copper, and stone. And when you collect those enough for those resources, you're able to put out your settlements on the board, depending on what resources you've turned in. So now let's just jump right down here on your player board here. So the player board tells you how many different types of actions you can do. So the first action you can do, and this is actually, you can do this as many times as you want, is turn in a cow. And when you turn in a cow, you can get any resource you want. You can get 3 money or a guy of any sort, because you're going to be using those guys, and I'll explain in a second. You're going to use those guys to gather different resources. Next thing you do is you can spin for more guys. So you go to this board, you spin it, and you're going to collect those whatever guys that you landed on. So that'd be an orange and a brown. Let's just say for fun that you spun and you got this spot. You can pick any 2 guys you want. It could be 2 blacks, doesn't matter. Let's say you got the 2 blacks, you put them into your pool here, which you are limited up to 8. So anyway, let's say you take the 2 blacks, put them in your pool. Then you wanted, let's say, this black and orange. Now you can only do this once, but you can pay grain to move this one spot over. So if I wanted to go there, I would need to pay 2 grain, because that'd be 1 grain to move it there, another grain to move it there, and then I can collect 2 more guys. So you can do that, so then you'd have a full party there. Next thing you do is place your guys out on the board. So on this board, I'm going to explain these 4 spots. Anyway, so this one is, let me grab some guys really quick. So if you wanted to on your turn, you can place a guy here, and you pay 6 coins and you get 3 copper. Then if you wanted later, you can, or not later, but right now, you can place another one and gain an extra copper. So you can get 4 copper for placing 2 brown guys. Now if you let's say you had 1 brown guy and you still needed 1 more copper, and you had 2 other colors, that's what these little symbol means. You can place any 2 guys there and grab another copper. So I can put in a black and an orange and grab an extra copper. And you can do that in the beginning too. You can put it there. So you can basically spend 4 different colored guys to do this too. But of course, it's a lot easier just to spend the right color. And that's the same on all this. Now, let's just say someone went there, grabbed copper, then someone went here, grabbed copper, and then you're just left with this one. The only way this gets erased is if someone uses this, because then once someone uses this wipes it all out, and you can start fresh. So, kind of stinks a little bit when you're playing the game when you need a lot of copper and this is the only spot left. Sometimes you just kind of have to sacrifice going there, or just kind of hope someone goes there for you, and then that'll wipe the board and you can start fresh. And that goes for each one of these spots. So that's all the same there. Now, another thing is you can go to the bank. This is pretty simple. You just turn in any types of guys and you get that money. So I can do 3 different colors or 3 the same, doesn't matter, to get 12 coins, and so on around the board. Next spot is going to be the shop. So this one's a little tricky. So let's back this up a little bit. So let's say that for fun, red has 3 pumpkins, I have 1. Okay, so that's going to be the scenario. So it's blue's turn. Blue wants to go out here. So he has 1 pumpkin, because whatever column that you go into is what you're going to have to pay to be able to do these actions here, which I'll explain in a second. So blue is wanting to go here. He knows he's going to have to pay 1 pumpkin to go there to do this action. The first person to go out gains a pumpkin immediately. So that instantly goes into your spot there before you even have to pay resources. So he could have went here, even though he had 1 when he started, but when he was the first one to go, he knew he was going to get a second one, so he could have went to this column here. But anyway, so he decided to go there for his sake. So he gained a pumpkin, so now he has 2. He knows he has to spend 1, so 1 left over. But the cool thing is that everybody else, clockwise order, gets to go after him. So this is kind of and this is optional. So red decides to actually go. So he knows that he's got 3 pumpkins, he's got 2. He can go here and block him from taking this spot. And so what's going to happen is that he gets removed, and then he has to place somewhere else. So the only place he can go is these 2 spots here, and he might not want to do any of these 2 actions. So you can keep on doing that back and forth until, or you can go keep on doing that around the table until everyone's placed their meeple or decided not to place. So yeah, you can kind of get kicked out of this area. So anyway, as you're doing that back and forth, once everyone's done placing their meeples and getting kicked out or whatever, or maybe not kicked out, then you go over here, and I'll explain this. So the top one is you get a cow. You get to upgrade your resources 3 times of each whatever combo. This one you get 3 smaller resources. This one you can upgrade your resources twice. This one is 2 money, upgrade your resource once. Now, the reason why you want to do any of that and upgrade them, because these are all small, is that when you come up here, some of these spots needed a bigger upgrade, and you can't use a small copper and in change of this one, and you can't use a large copper to go there, so it matters what size copper you have to put out your settlement. So I need a large copper here and a pumpkin to be able to go there. So that's that with explaining how to gain those resources. So basically, once you've collected enough resources, you can put out settlements. So the settlements are a little tricky now. So you can place up to 1, 2, 3 settlements. Oh, my dogs are barking. Excuse me. Anyway, you can place up to 3 different settlements at a time. So if you place, let's just say I had enough to go here. Let's just say here, I have 2 stone and a copper. I can place 1 there. Let's say that's all I had. Then if you look on your playboard here, since I placed just 1, I get 2 coins. Now if I placed 2 settlements, let's say if I had enough resources to place 2 at a time, then I'd gain 1 copper. Now let's say I was able to place 3. So I'm going to use this as this is going to be a good example. So there's going to be a lot going on in here, so bear with me. So let's say, so when you place let's say if you place 3 in a row, you can place a 4th one for free, which is pretty cool. So let's say I had enough to do this. So I had 5 grain. I place 1 here. I grab this cow. This is automatically, you get to grab it. You put it here, and you can use it immediately too, which is nice. So if you're 1 shy for a resource, you can use that cow immediately to help you. And it does not count for a large copper. So that's the only thing it doesn't help you with, the cow. Anyway, let's say I also have, in the same turn obviously, so I had, what did I put here? I had 5 grain, I put 5 grain there. Then I decided to put a copper and pumpkin down. I grabbed another cow, put it back in here. Now 3 cows. And I put 1, let's say I have 2 copper and 2 stone, put that there. Then I was able to put 3, and I can place another one for free. Now, I would want to, so here you can see there's a 2 houses symbol here. The cool thing about that is that when you place 1 here, you automatically place another one for free. So that was a double free spot. Now, if you can ever line that up, that'd be amazing, but I think that people would probably see you're saving up for that and probably block you, but if you can end up doing that, that's awesome. So you just placed 1, 2, 3 plus 2 bonus ones. That's 5 you just placed. That's almost half your settlements already. Then if you're the first person to place near water, you get to place this. You get this canteen. You put it on your guy, and you can use that at any time to take another turn. So I can immediately take that now and go again. So those are really, really powerful in this game because it's a really, really close game. Every time I play this game, it's always people are always one turn away from winning from the other. So getting those canteens are really important because getting that one extra turn is a big difference. Anyway, that's basically the game. You keep on going until you place the last settlement. Then you finish the turn round. So let's say if blue did finish, red, since it was second, gets to go again one last time. And then if it's a tie, then whoever has the most canteens wins on the tiebreaker or cows. So anyway, that's Montana the board game. So hopefully that helped you guys. You guys have a good day. Bye.